Parents across the country are grappling with an intensely difficult question. Do I let my children go to school and potentially be exposed not only to COVID, but possibly also more systemic racism and critical race theory nonsense? Or do I keep them home and potentially limit their in-class educational experience? When it comes to COVID, some recent events may be making the decision for them. In Reno, Nevada, over 80 middle school students may have been exposed to COVID on their very first day of school after one parent knowingly brought their child to school after both the parent and the child tested positive for COVID but failed to notify the school. The exposed kids are now quarantining and distance learning from home. And in Palm Beach County, Florida, the 10th largest school district in the country, roughly 440 students have been asked to quarantine just 2 days into the school year after a COVID outbreak there involving 51 students and staff. More than 100 students and 26 employees have now tested positive. According to the Census Bureau, homeschooling has seen a spike during the pandemic, with Black households the highest demographic doing it. Rates for us have jumped more than fivefold from 3.3% in the spring of 2020 to 16.1% by the fall. Joining me now to discuss is educational consultant and a former teacher and someone who is currently homeschooling her 4 children, Keisha Matthews-Berry. Ms. Berry, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me this evening.
Absolutely. Talk to us about this dilemma that parents are wrestling with. The children were home for a while because the schools were closed. They got a chance to see what children were learning and what they were not learning. They got the chance to see what it felt like for them to be, kind of cocooned off from trauma in a way. Not the trauma of COVID, but from the trauma of racism. Now they have to figure out, do they want to send their kids back into that? And also into a COVID possible environment, or do they want to keep them home? Tell us about that decision that parents are having to make.
Yeah, Charles. So I think that, I have spoken with a lot of families, and I think that what has been most surprising to moms and dads and caregivers and whoever was involved over this past year with helping students learn during COVID, they learned that homeschooling is actually possible. So my husband and I, we have 4 children that we've been homeschooling, and this is actually our 11th year. And so homeschooling really became popular, and I don't want to say popular by choice, but families were sort of put into a position, where they had to keep their children home from school last year. And I think this year, as families have a bit more of an option, in our area, families are being given the option of a hybrid schooling program where they have the option to apply. But a lot of families are choosing to keep their children home. I think safety is definitely a tremendous consideration, but I think also parents have had the opportunity to see what their children are being exposed to in terms of the content of what they're learning. In particular, with Black homeschool families, they are noticing that their history that their children are learning, it is either absent of information about Black history, or it's not thorough. And so I think that families really have made a decision not only for safety, but also to make sure that their child gets a well-rounded education, which includes a solid foundation and knowledge of self.
So help us demystify some parts of homeschooling. So I think some people think of it as, kind of a luxury and a privilege. A lot of parents, maybe they're single parent, there's no way they can stay home. So, this is not a conversation that they can even have, or at least they don't think that they can have it. Talk to us about the economics around homeschooling. Like, who is this? Who's doing it? Who is it really open to? Who is making the choices to make this happen for their children and their families?
Yeah, well, I love busting this myth. So when I first started homeschooling, I was actually a single parent. I was not married when I first began. I was working full time, and I have been working full time for the past 11 years. So the first myth surrounding homeschooling is that you cannot do it as a single parent, or that you cannot do it unless you are in a two-income household. It is definitely possible. And so, what I would suggest to families that are considering it, whether they are single parents or working parents, there are a lot of homeschool groups that are on, particularly on Facebook, and there are a lot of like Black Homeschool Co-op. That's an example of one. But families ask these kinds of questions, and those of us who are considered homeschool vets, we kind of rally around those who are new, and we're really helping them figure out a way to make it possible. But it is absolutely possible. And I also say, a big myth, and I know you didn't ask me this, but a big myth about homeschoolers is that there are not opportunities for socialization, and that's absolutely not true. I often find myself trying to pick from the 15 things that my children are doing because it's too much. So there are a lot of myths around homeschooling, but it is absolutely possible. And when people say that it's a luxury, I can think of a lot of luxurious things that I could be doing, and homeschooling is not one of them. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of commitment, but it is totally worth it.
So we'll talk about worth it. What is the biggest benefit, particularly as a Black parent and a Black student, to being homeschooled?
So I would definitely say that in the public school system, and I came from that school system, and people often ask me, why did you decide to homeschool? And I decided to homeschool because I worked in the public school system and I saw how it worked, right? And so that's a huge statement. Seeing how it worked and not wanting to subject my own children to that was a significant decision in my life. And so one of the first challenges that I saw was there was not a lot of evidence of teaching my son or showing images or having curriculum that included content where he was reflected in the material. So I really wanted him to have the opportunity to learn about himself, to not necessarily only be exposed to a Eurocentric curriculum and kind of figure out where his people fit in. So a lot of Black homeschool families have taken on the challenge, because just because you homeschool doesn't mean that it's easy. You still have to find the materials and you have to find the curriculum that speaks about us. And so, we work together, as homeschool families and as a Black homeschool community. Every once in a while you'll see a post that says, can someone recommend a history curriculum that's well-rounded, diverse, and inclusive of people of color? And then, those of us who may know or have some suggestions will make those recommendations. So a tremendous benefit of homeschooling to Black families is that your children grow up with a solid foundation and knowledge of self, and also that you can teach them value at an early stage. Because one of the challenges that I definitely see in the curriculum that children are exposed to in traditional schools is that, we are in a day and age where, they hear the term Black Lives Matter, but in the back of their minds, they have to be thinking, on what page was that? That wasn't in the books
Right.
that I was given in school. And as
Hmm.
a Black homeschool family, our children can definitely pinpoint their value, tell you why they're valuable, and tell you why their lives matter.
Right. Keisha Matthews-Berry, teacher, bus driver, and principal of her own homeschool. Thank you for
That's
joining
right.
me tonight. I really appreciate it.